At UMC, access to your healthcare is only a call away. Dial 74-NURSE for free, instant medical advice from experienced and trusted UMC nurses, 24 hours a day. Learn more at umchealthsystem.com.
And welcome in everyone to RedRaiders.com. I'm Zach Long with Don Williams and Krista Pirtle. This is the UMC Health System AJ Media postgame show coming to you from Lawrence, Kansas, where the Red Raiders have just defeated the Jayhawks 54-16, a wide margin of victory, but there are a lot of storylines developing out of this one. Up first, Baker Mayfield hurt. We do not know the extent yet. We will speak about that more in just a minute. Michael Brewer plays today. Texas Tech defense huge. Let's take a look at the highlights. Texas Tech trailing Kansas at this point, early 10-3 here. Running game gets going. Kenny Williams into the end zone for a touchdown, ties the game at 10. Texas Tech defense outstanding again today here early on, harassing James Sims, dropped by Kerry Hyder and Sam Aguavin. Then Kansas's Trevor Padula chooses to fake a punt from his own 16-yard line. That turns out disastrous for the Jayhawks. Texas Tech stops them, takes over deep inside the territory. Baker Mayfield going to capitalize right here, 19-yard touchdown run. Texas Tech takes a 17-10 lead. They lead 20-10 at the half. Number 6. Second half starts poorly right here for Jake Heaps and the Kansas Jayhawks. Pass tipped, intercepted by Texas Tech's J.J. Gaines. Returned inside the 10-yard line with the addition of the face mask penalty. Texas Tech in good shape. Red Raiders seal it off right here. DeAndre Washington touchdown run from 4 yards out. Gives them a 27-10 lead in command. Jake Heaps, more problems right here. Look at the stunt inside. Brandon Jackson sacks him, gives the ball back to the offense. Baker Mayfield here going to make a nice third down conversion to his tight end, Jace Amaro. That would later lead to another touchdown run for DeAndre Washington. Tech up big time at this point, 37-10.
Number 21, DeAndre Washington.
Then a scary sight for Texas Tech. Freshman quarterback Baker Mayfield hurt, paying a lot of attention to his right leg, does not look good, goes to the sideline. He would not return. Davis Webb has to come in for the Red Raiders. He goes right to work right here. Eric Ward up top, touchdown Red Raiders. They take a 44-10 lead. More problems for KU here. High snap. Jake Heaps tries to fall on it. Not a very good job. Recovered by Zach Winbush for the Red Raiders. Then a little bit later, Jackson Richards strips Michael Cummings, returns the fumble inside Jayhawk territory. That sets up one of the prettiest plays of the day. Here, Davis Webb going to find a fellow freshman, Dylan Cantrell, in the back of the end zone. Watch this. Beautiful. Touchdown, Red Raiders. They win this one 54-16. And welcome back. And of course, as we alluded to, the big storyline, Don, we start off with the quarterback situation at Texas Tech is a revolving door of drama thus far this season.
It would not be Texas Tech football 2013 if you didn't go into the next week not knowing who the quarterback is going to be. Looked like Baker Mayfield, after another slow start, got things untracked. He throws for close to 400 yards today. And then late in the third quarter, when this game is really in garbage time, Texas Tech with a 37-10 lead. Mayfield has a Kansas pass rusher roll into his leg, and of course, most people already have seen what happened. He comes up lame, cannot put any weight. The knee buckles. He comes up lame, can't put any weight on the leg, and then he goes off the field on crutches into the locker room. Cliff Kingsbury said afterward, too early to tell the extent of the injury, but guys, it did not look good. And so now go into Iowa State week thinking, just my guess, that you probably don't have Baker Mayfield.
Right.
And that now is the quarterback for the Cyclones game going to be Davis Webb, who comes in, throws 2 quick touchdown passes today, or will Michael Brewer be able to, in a week's time, get game ready? Cliff Kingsbury asked him afterward. I said, how did Michael Brewer look to you today? He said, rusty.
And it didn't help that they sailed a couple snaps about 15 yards over his head. And
that didn't help.
Said his body was definitely tested early and often. And speaking of early and often, Krista, once again, Texas Tech comes into Lawrence and spots the Jayhawks a lead, this time 10-0. But really, when it came down to it, the Texas Tech defense again, they bend, but they will not break.
They did. And I think the big thing with the quarterback drama is we were all focused on who's going to be the starting quarterback. But Texas Tech defense comes in and says, hold up, there are two sides to this football team, and we are going to do our best to keep this team in contention for the Big 12 title, and they've done that so far. They've done it every game this season, and they look to continue doing it as the season progresses.
And Cliff Kingsbury, Donnie, said next man up. That's kind of his attitude with the quarterbacks, because the way the defense is playing right now, they're giving him a chance to win every week. But today, something that could be positive, he talked about the skill set around whoever's starting at quarterback, and finally today, the running game makes an appearance as part of the Texas Tech offense.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot. I mean, 114 yards rushing, but they had the one drive when they went 8 plays in a row with running plays, and they got 61 yards out of it. And DeAndre Washington gets into the end zone a couple of times today, so at least your running game goes from really non-existent almost the first 4 games of the season to making a contribution today. And I've said it before, I mean, that's going to be big going forward, because as you get into the Big 12 and as you play tougher opponents, you got to have your full playbook available to you, and you got to have you got to be able to do more than just throw it down the middle to Jason Morrow or a couple of your outside receivers.
And Krista, aside from the quarterback drama, the key point here, Texas Tech 5-0, 1 win away from bowl eligibility, and they have Iowa State next week in Lubbock.
They do, and Iowa State did play Texas close, but I think that this is going to be, like we said, against Texas State. It will be good for Texas Tech to go out and just play their offense. Their defense will keep being dominant, that's okay, but they really need to get things going on offense. Whoever the quarterback is, the communication really needs to improve, whether it's Davis Webb or Michael Brewer. Both of them have had limited snaps so far this season, and they need to get on the same page with their receivers. The offensive line has been improving so far this season, and they really need to create more gaps for the running backs.
And I'm sure after Texas Tech gets back to Lubbock and has some time to look at Baker Mayfield, we'll know more about his situation, Don, and where they're going. But right now, Texas Tech, it's been ugly a few times, but they're getting done what they have to get done, and they're 5-0.
Yeah, and I thought it was big today that first series after Baker Mayfield throws the interception, the defense rises up, gets a stop, and holds Kansas to a field goal. And they came off celebrating like Kansas had not scored.
Right.
And they hadn't scored a touchdown, and the defense kept it up all day. Now, frankly, I was stunned that Charlie Weiss, I guess, paid so little attention to what this team did last year against the Red Raiders. I understand that you've gone to a passing quarterback with Jake Heaps, but my goodness, you rushed for 390 yards on this team last year.
Didn't even try early.
And James Sims gets 9 carries today. Tony Pearson, guy had 202 rushing yards last year, gets 1 carry. He caught 100 yards worth of passes, but man, even if you're a passing team, I'd kind of scrap that for 1 week and say, go with what worked last year. But Tech defense said they were happy. We'll take it, and that helps them build on what they've accomplished already in the first month, and kind of reinforces that positive mindset and confidence that they have been building through the first half of the season.
And once again, Texas Tech wins this game 54-16, and as you can tell listening to these two, there are a wealth of storylines that they need to get back up to the press box and start writing about. You can see all that coverage over at RedRaiders.com and LubbockOnline.com. We'll have a lot more Monday when we find out more about all these storylines, including the status of Baker Mayfield. Right now, though, that's going to wrap up this edition of the UMC Health System AJ Media Postgame Show. For Krista Pirtle and Don Williams, I'm Zach Long. We'll see you next time.